do it anymore? That's right. So you didn't have to keep your log? Mine's good through 2027, and I won't do it again.
That's the same thing with my insurance license. I let that lapse too.
I've never got it.
We used to have some
They want me to
annuities.
too. I'm not gonna do it. Hell, my last day's on Friday.
Is it?
So they're putting another drain in the fire training center out there, so the piping they're putting in is.
Yes, so they're putting just 2 drains underneath, like, the cover part, just in case he said they need to wash them off or spray. It's just in case, it's not like fully closed, so like rain can still come in the side. It's just little, like, orange drains and then a 4-inch pipe.
Blazing bar, man, record high.
I leave for Michigan on Saturday.
Little things
Well,
Cooler
I
sun.
don't know that I call it a building, it's more like
You
a
going to the same place?
cover,
that change overnight.
like a
What
wood
is it? It's
structure
called
with sea
Campfire.
tanners
That's
on
right.
the
You sent
side.
it to me that one time. I still have it.
It's not gonna have walls or anything, to my knowledge.
And we were good friends, and he's
I looked at Airbnbs there. They
went
were
by
Yeah.
one time and usually see if he wants to put in. He was
Quiet?
doing something for
If you go before the 4th of July.
that.
4th of July,
They
Labor
were
Day.
interviewing some stuff, so he couldn't at that time, but he
That's
just.
kind of how when we go to Savannah, it's like we go before school starts. And if you go then,
They're important.
or after when it comes back in,
And
it's
see, and
you're
I
good.
saw that up there, cause I had, one of them I know.
New police chief.
Good choice.
Good morning. I have 9 o'clock. We'll call this meeting to order. If we can have the roll call, please.
Sure, Mr. Smith,
Here.
Mr. Blinn,
Here.
Mr. McNeese,
Here.
Mr. Parsley,
Here.
and Mr. Slayton.
Here. The agenda was sent to you. You also have it in your packet. Entertain a motion to approve or adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any additions or subtractions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Financial report is in your packet for your review. It was also emailed to you. I would anticipate, we should get our tax draw probably any time.
Yes.
I would expect it, so. I haven't heard anything.
I haven't either.
Oh, okay.
She's in Virginia.
Is there a motion to approve the financial report?
Also move.
A motion, is there a second?
Second.
And a second, any questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries. Your minutes as well were emailed to you, they're also in the packet. I did not see anything that needed to be corrected, did anyone else?
No. Barring no changes, I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes as emailed to us.
Have a motion and a second?
Second.
Oh, yeah, got a little ahead All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries. Old business, JP?
Short and sweet, not a whole lot of updates, still working on right-of-way, and I'll be issuing an RFP for inspection for Main Street Phase 2 for the state portion.
Very good.
Good.
How far along is right away? 75, 50%?
I don't know, I had not a whole lot of correspondence with
Okay.
my office when they're working on that. They started on it probably 4 to 6 weeks ago, and
All right.
they're chugging away.
What's the goal date to be done with that?
With right-of-way?
Yeah.
As soon as humanly possible.
Okay.
Right of way, we typically, in the typical NDOT process, you try and schedule or budget a year for right of way, and we have to get it done in 6 months. So if there's no condemnations, we should be okay. But if there's a condemnation, then we could have some scheduling problems to work through.
Understood.
We still have time. Like, the letting date is for this fall, early winter, and we can move that letting date all the way back until April is the latest before we have to change fiscal years, and that's when things really get I guess, bad scheduling wise is if we have to change fiscal years. So we still have some buffer, but it's still tight at the same time.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, JP. I did have some conversation with REM Development yesterday. I think they will be here at the next meeting, but they're basically just waiting on hopefully some decrease in pricing of material. New business, Mr. Rolligan.
We've got the economic agreements for the 703 State and Gimbel Corner, if they're ready for that, and a municipal quitclaim deed whenever they're ready to get with that. And we're going to advertise in a couple of days the 3 lots that were suggested by Mr. Hendrickson, and see if we get any bids on those 3 lots which have been appraised. And the purpose of that is to invest maybe upwards of $1 million to create residential units in the $100,000 to $200,000 range on 3 current vacant lots that are not on the tax rolls. And then at our next meeting, we can open any bids that might come in.
So, Dave, on that exact thing, we created that rubric to go through and score different proposals too. Does that allow us to pick one over the other based on what they're proposing for that lot?
Well, if you get any bids, you can grade them any way you want, accept or reject any or all bids, which
Okay.
is the same procedure that was used for Gimbel and 703 State Street.
Okay, very good.
Do we need to, on our end, make a motion to approve those EDAs?
Yes, if you're satisfied with those, we can have some kind of a mini closing where you sign on behalf of RDC, and then REM and the Bristols would sign. The contract essentially is holding them to their commitment to invest in the property within a certain time frame, and if they don't, then it would come back like a proverbial white elephant.
Sure. So when REM, when will they officially take ownership of that property at Gimbel?
As soon as you sign the deed.
So I guess then that question goes to the mayor. Is the cemetery mowing that currently? So then all the mowing responsibilities, duties, insurance, and all that kind of will transfer to them immediately based on that?
Once they record it, yeah.
All right, perfect. Danny would be glad.
Okay, so do we have a motion? I'd entertain a motion to approve the EDA for the Oliphant project.
I make the motion that we approve the EDA for the Elephant project, yes?
And is there a second? Can we do them both together, or?
Yes.
Okay, and so then, and 703 State.
Is that this the one? At 703 State? Is that the,
Yes,
that's the
that's
other
the
one in
one,
that?
the
Okay.
Bristols.
Yeah, and then 703 State. Add that into that motion, please.
Okay.
Do we need to authorize Tim to sign that, or?
Yeah, I think if you agree to the motion, his name's on the deed, so once it's seconded and approved.
I'll second the motion.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussions or questions?
Just one clarification. You said anything they do there in the way of construction, what's our involvement in that? We'll be able, we have to approve whatever they eventually do? Is that?
No,
We have-
once you,
After they have the property, they can pretty much do what they want. We have no input, no involvement in that.
our input's in the EDA that they're gonna construct buildings of a certain character at a certain price.
All right.
And if they fail to do that or complete it in a timely fashion, in theory, the property would revert.
Okay.
But realistically, if they break ground and start in good faith to complete it, I don't ever see us taking it back.
All right.
Unless there's a complete failure and they just say, we're walking away from it because of price or whatever.
Well, and I think with Brad in the inspector's office, if he looks at what they're coming up with, he's gonna be able to tell us if they're following through on what they're doing too. He's done a
Absolutely.
great job there.
There's nothing in the EDA about insurance, but is that just a given? As soon as they take possession, it is their liability?
Absolutely. Once they record the deed, we're off of it, and then it would be up to them to insure their own risk
Okay.
for liability and then ultimately for the whatever improvements they put there.
Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries. Thank you. Approval of claims in the amount of $28,779.04.
I'll make that motion.
Have a motion to approve,
I'll second.
a second.
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries. RDC member miscellaneous.
Tim, I got a couple things real quick. One of those that we paid was the Knox County Development Corporation of Indiana, or whatever the new name is soon, or now. Housing study, you're on that board. When is that housing study gonna be public, do you know?
Next month.
Next
I think
month?
the draft is coming out, maybe as we speak,
Okay.
pretty soon, for review for, clerical errors mainly, and then I think everybody will have a chance to look at the draft, and then it will be published. And so I would assume we'll get that next month, at our meeting,
And
if
then
not before.
then the second one, Broadway Place, have they filed their permits yet, do you know?
They are ready to, is Hunter,
Hunter, have they done water on there?
Yeah, I think we've approved their plan.
Okay.
and I think that was the last thing that we were waiting on. So,
Perfect.
I think that we'll see some action there very soon.
That's awesome. Fantastic news.
Not that it's anything to do with us right now, at least maybe some catalyst early on, but with Gherkins and SureClean, I just noticed driving down here, the building that at one time was the answering service and, right directly across from Gardner's, next to the business college. I don't know what, in between the business college, I'm dating
Yeah.
myself here.
Harrison Business?
Yeah, Harrison Building,
Yeah, the Harrison Building.
506 Main,
I think that's the address of that building that's.
and Frank's, that's really looking neat, that
Tim,
brick.
it has not been to business college in 40 years.
I don't know if you've driven down by it.
It's
but
amazing.
That really looks good when they took the newer brick off and how the old building looks.
Makes you wonder why they would cover up.
I would like to have a conversation with that individual saying, I want this brick on top of that brick.
The guy working on it said they put a new roof on it and some tar dripped over the facade they could not remove, so apparently that was the impetus to cover it up because they couldn't get the roofing material off of it.
Well, anyway, I think it looks really nice now. Okay, next meeting, Cheryl?
Looks like that falls on Thursday, July 15th.
Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Looky here.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Oh, did I get way ahead?
You gotta,
I was
asked me to
confused.
put something else on there and
you were already ready for the
I
next
was,
one,
I'm
so.
sorry. I don't usually do it that far in advance, so I pulled the wrong file. Thank you for knowing what I was trying to do. I'll start these on this end. There's two to initial and one to sign.
Okay.
And then these, maybe we'll just step over to across the hall to these. if
Okay.
that's okay with you.
Yep.
So, but one of them has been back here since.
Yes, cause she went home for a week.
See, Dave?
See you, Dave.
Come back, 'cause she's, should be leaving this weekend. She's going back this
While I
week,
was
so
being so on the
that's
call,
what
getting
I
my
say.
agendas and packets
He
done
needs to
early in the
stay she goes back, because he was with her at the time too, that's when he was gonna do this. And they were talking about that.
Changed my approach after being at the bank for 4 years. Slowly, completely, neatly.
Yeah, and I told Gary, I said, he would probably.
It's easy to do though. Look a document 35 times and still have mistake. I see it still has that file.
I never hear any more about it.
I've been to them a couple times, yeah.
I'm not a fast food person, but I like that. I think it's pretty good quality.
That place will be packed.
I think so.
Culver's will be,
Culver's.
oh my goodness. it'll be-
I think it'll be very
I'm-
successful.
I'm excited, but I've gotta lose about 50 pounds now, so I can get here.
Fried cheese curds aren't good for the diet.
No, it's their ice cream. I
All
love
the
it.
ice cream desserts, but I think it's a higher quality
That custard.
fast food, because I don't like fast food very much, but I'm glad they're coming here. At least that would be a nice option.
Man. Vivian will eat ice cream in one hand and then the cheese curds in the next.
There you go.
Oh, she.
And then we'll
Okay.
start
Hi, babe. And so will my wife. She's waving her hand. She'll do the same thing.
Then we're gonna have an
Thank you.
obesity problem.
Hey, do you get to design your own office down there, Tim?
No.
Steve? You don't get to design your own
Are you
office?
kidding? I just hope to have one.
New place, is that okay, Tim?
Good, Bob, how about
So what do you
I'm all right.
See you, Mark.
Hey, see you. Hey, thanks.